Any conference road win is a good win. We've said that all year. And to go into another team that hadn't lost yet in conference, it shows that we were ready to battle. Now, we didn't play great at all. I think we had a lead of about 22-18 in set one and gave that away. In set four, we got down, after winning the next two, we got down probably like, 16-6 or something ridiculous like that, and came back and actually had a lead and then gave it away again. And then in set five, we were up 12-4 and gave away another lead and barely squeaked out. So we didn't play well, but I will give us credit that we battled. And I think that's going to help us as we go along, that when we play well and another team is just playing lights out, we know how to battle, and that's just going to help us pull out some more close wins. I was extremely proud of how we competed Saturday morning. We got back probably about 12:30 Friday night, Saturday morning, after driving to Houston back and playing a 5-set match. And for us to come out the next day with a lot more energy than we did Friday night was a good sign of what we should do. We competed well. That was Texas Lutheran's a good team, and we followed our game plan perfectly and just keyed on a couple of their players, and it really helped us out. And then Trinity, I don't know if it might have been a mix of mental fatigue. It might have been a mix of Trinity playing lights out, because they played lights out. They deserved to win. They were the better team than us that day, but we just didn't have it. It doesn't really concern me that much right now, but it's a good teaching point in that we're going to go play tournaments, or hopefully go to nationals, or do something where we have to play tough matches back to back to back, and we have to learn that, hey, when we're tired, when we're fatigued, that we've got to fight through it. And that was the first match all year that we haven't done that, where we kind of accepted a loss and didn't fight back as much as we should have. And so we're going to learn from that. We've got a full week this week, and we should be ready to correct that by Saturday.
Okay.
Well, it's a credit to Mark, the previous coach, for recruiting and identifying kids that work hard when they're here. And especially with Alicia has worked from when she's a freshman to get better. And you can see it in her stats. She's gone up every single year. And as a result, it's showing off now. Like, she put in the work in the weight room. She's listening to what the coaches are telling her. She's taking advantage of her gifts. And so for her to be the all-time kill leader school, I mean, there's very few people that can say that. So we're proud of her, and we hope that she sets that record so that nobody can break it. When you look at JT and you see the type of volleyball player she is, the first thing that's going to stand out is she's that hard worker. She's that get in the dirt, that push through the mud, I'm going to get things done type of player. And it shows, because at the beginning of the year, she was not getting 10 blocks a set. Wasn't even close. But she's worked on her technique. She's worked on recognizing what's going to happen. And then when she puts it all together, that's what happens on Saturday, where she sets 10 blocks. And for her to be the all-time kill leader at the school, the all-time block leader, the all-time single game block leader, blocking is pure effort. It's not necessarily skill. I've seen girls that are 5'8" block better than girls that are 6'5". And so blocking is just pure effort, pure work ethic, and she has done a great job with that. And for her to be rewarded with not only those 2 career and game marks, but also with the Attacker of the Week, deservedly so. She deserves it. She's worked, and I'm glad that she's being recognized for it. We made a little bit of a tweak with our offense, in that we were setting a different set to our middles now, and that uses JT's strengths. We were trying to do something where, in volleyball terms, we were trying to run 0 tempo sets. We were trying to be really quick in the middle, and that worked for us because it got our pin hitters a lot of kills. But we realized that we need to set our middles more to be effective, and so we slowed down those sets just a little bit, and now JT all of a sudden is more effective because of it, because she can come in, jump up and reach and turn, and we've been working with her all season on turning balls with her wrist. And so just slowing that down just a little bit on Saturday, I think she had some of her best percentage weekends hitting-wise. And so we're going to continue doing that, so I fully expect her to be in line for a couple more of these awards because of how good she's going to be with this new offense. We usually start out with Lex in that right back position. We want her out there starting our offense really fast, because she does a great job of recognizing who to set, recognizing where the blockers are, where the short blocker is, where the tall blocker is, and feeding the right hitters because of that. And so we give her free rein to set who she needs to set. And she's done a good job of learning and listening to coaches and understanding who's hot and who's not. And that's why she gets so many assists, is because she understands who to set and what to set. And with her serve, it doesn't surprise me that she's leading the conference in aces, because we basically give her the green light. Sometimes I'll give her zones, but basically I'm just giving her the hang loose sign, which is our green light, and letting her rip it. And she does a good job of, once again, identifying where the split is. We don't serve it at people, and Lex does a good job of making them move, and that's why she gets so many aces.
I think we started off on a positive note. You know, a little frustrating across the board from the finishing standpoint, but overall I thought it was a good performance. You know, we just have to be a little bit better in front of the goal. You know, Southwest gave us a tough time defensively, and I don't know if we were able to explore the answers well enough. It's going to be rough, you know. It's going to be taxing physically and mentally on the players. You know, the positive I think is we're going to be able to use our bench and just see how deep we are and how we can do against you know, opposition in such a short span. So it'll be a good test for us. It'll be a good test for players 1 through 27.
I think it was real positive that we had a lot of opportunities to win the game and to win the game big. I mean, it's 1-0 loss that could have been 3 or 4-1. But with that said, I mean, posts don't count. If posts count, you can put 4 or 5 on the scoreboard right there, but those don't count. So we really did a poor job of finishing things off once we worked so hard to create those opportunities. And this week what we're trying to do is work on our communication a little bit better, and so that players can time their runs a little bit better and create more spaces for each other so that we find even more of those opportunities. And again, just trying to be a little more positive around the face of the goal with the opportunities that we get. You know, otherwise, you know, as in the case of Southwest, we only give up 1 shot in the entire first half of play to our 9 at 10, and then 15 minutes into the game to see an opponent get a second half chance at the goal or chance at the goal and draw a PK, or, you know, I shouldn't say draw, we gave away a PK. Now it's kind of, it's inexcusable. And it's a game that we shouldn't have lost, but we did, and we lost it because of our own shortcomings. And so we're working on those things and hope to find a little bit better us, changing a few things around, and see how we come out on Thursday. I have no doubt the guys have a good attitude right now, working forward. But it's about us not getting learning to deal with frustration, because we got to recognize that some people are going to miss a shot here and there. Hopefully it doesn't come to the extent that it was this last weekend, where it wasn't here and there. We just missed pretty much everything we had, and good opportunities at that. But I think if we can do a better job of putting in some of those opportunities, I think players get more and more confident in front of the goal. And, you know, confidence alone can be a huge problem, or it can be a great asset for you. For us right now, it's a little bit of a problem. But with that said, we made some changes today, and I thought some of those changes paid off. You know, so we'll see how things go this weekend. I mean, the guys bringing the right attitude to training, right attitude to playing, and that's all I can ask for them. And we'll leave it all on the field.